Good day, children, and welcome to this class. So, the other day we had seen the conversation between Mr. Lamb and Dairy. Both were talking to each other, and in the conversation we saw that Dairy was very sad. He was very disheartened, disappointed, and Mr. Lamb was trying to convince him and telling him that he should love himself, he should love the world and stay, and he should be quite, means he was altogether trying to encourage him in all ways, but he was not at all listening. So when he told him that he was lame, one leg was of tin, so he said, "The children call me Lamey Lamb, and by different names they call me." So Dairy says to him that you hide your leg with the trousers, but I cannot hide my face. So Mr. Lamb says to him, there are many other things to admire in the world. So he said, many other things to look at, admire. So not for the admire, Dairy was saying that like my face they want to see. So he says no, like crab apples, weeds, spider plant. Means he told him that people enjoy to see the nature, the natural beauty, and not the things that we are suffering from. And then he said, my tall sunflowers also people want to see. Dairy says these are the things. So he said it is all related to beauty and the beast. And he now trying to convince, Mr. Lamb is trying to convince about, through the story Beauty and the Beast, that how the beauty, she kissed the beast and he became a prince. Then Dairy asked him, what do you mean to say by this? He said, I'm just telling you. Dairy said, don't think that I'll be carried away by the fairy tales that you want to tell me. Handsome is as handsome does. Beauty loved the monstrous beast for himself. When she kissed him, he changed into a handsome prince. Only he wouldn't. He would have stayed a monstrous beast and won't change. So he said the monstrous beast changed over there when the fairy, when the beautiful girl, princess, kissed him. But if anybody will kiss me, I will remain the same. So Mr. Lamb said, in what way? No, you won't? So Dairy said, no one will kiss me. He said, no one is going to come and kiss me. And my mother, when she kisses me, she kisses the better side of my face, not the burnt side of my face. And she does so because she has to do. She is my mother and she wants to show that she loves me. And that's why she kisses the best side, the complete side of my face. So he said, do you care if you never kiss them? So he said, if you'll kiss them. He said, what? Pretty girls, long hair, large eyes, people you love. And he said, the people whom you love, beautiful girls, pretty girls, if you want to kiss them, are you not going to kiss them? So he says, who will let me do this? I am not a good looking person, I am not a handsome person, and they will not let me do it. So he said, who can tell? He said, God only knows. When the time comes, everything will be okay. So Dairy said, I won't ever look different. He said, I'll look the same. No change will come in me. And when I am old like you, I will also look the same. And I'll still have one side of my face burnt and the other good. So Mr. Lamb said, so you will, but the world won't. If you want to kiss them, the world will not. The world will also change. The world got a whole face and the world's there to be looked at. And the world is complete and you should go and admire the world. Don't sit brooding over yourself that you don't look good. So Mr. Lamb said, When I'm here, not the only one, but the world as much as anyway. He said, when I'm here in the garden, I'm quite happy because I'm here. So Derry asked him, does your tin leg hurt you? He said, yes. Previously, in the beginning, it used to hurt me, but now I'm used to it and now everything is alright. So he says, look at all those people who are in pain and brave and never cry, never complain and don't feel sorry for themselves. So Derry is saying, think of those people who are very happy, those who don't have anything, they are brave, they never cry, they never complain, they don't feel sorry for themselves also. So Mr. Lamb said, I haven't said anything to you like this. So Derry said, I think all those people worse off than you. Think you might have been blinded, born deaf, have to live in the wheelchair or be daft in your head and dribble. So he said, think of those people who were born worse than you. If you were born blind or deaf, or you had to stay on the wheelchair, or somebody would try to just hit you, then Mr. Lamb said, that's all true and you know it. Means you know what kind of people, how they feel, how they do it. It won't make your face change. Do you know? One day a woman bent back me. So he told him the story that one day he was standing there and the woman passed by him, and then she went and she told the other woman, look at that face, look at that boy, how funny he looks, how terrible he looks. So she said, this kind of face will only be loved by a mother, because mother accepts a child as they are. So he feels very sad. So Mr. Lamb said, do you believe in what you hear? So he said it was cruel what they were talking. So Mr. Lamb said to him, they won't be meaning what they want to say. Just they were talking, they were having a casual talk between them. So Derry said, I heard it. Then if you heard this, so what happened? Is your life going to change? Oh no, I have heard lot of things. He said, apart from this, I have heard many things what people talk about me. So now you keep your ears shut. So he gave him a suggestion. Mr. Lamb suggested him, don't listen to anybody's talk. If you are going to listen to them, then you will be feeling bad. So you better keep your ears shut. So Derry said, when those people, they talk some funny things about me, how I'm going to keep quiet, how I'm going to shut my ears. You ask questions and I don't understand. He said, the way you are saying to me and I don't understand whatever you want to say. So Mr. Lamb said, I like to talk, have company. You don't have to answer questions. You don't have to stop here at all. The gates open. So he said, Mr. Lamb said to him that I like talking to people. You are here, so I am talking to you, and if you don't want to listen to me, if you don't want me to ask you any questions, then you don't stop here, you go away from here, the gates are open. So he said, yes, but then he said, Mr. Lamb said to him, I have a hive of bees behind those trees over there. He said, there is a beehive behind those trees. Some hear bees and they see bees buzz. And the sound of the bees that is taken out, that is called buzzing of the bees. But when you listen to bees for a longer while, they hum, and hum means sing. So people say that bees hum. But when you listen to them carefully, then you will hear the humming sound, and then you will say they sing. I hear them singing, my bees. So my bees, I appreciate the sound to be singing, not buzzing. But I like it here. I came in because I liked it when I looked over the wall. So Derry said, over the wall when I saw this place with all wilderness, calm and quiet, so I liked it and I came over here. So he said, if you have seen me, you have not come in. So Mr. Lamb told him that if you would have seen me walking in the garden, you wouldn't have come. So he said, no. The dairy said, I have been trespassing. If I came over here, if I saw you and if I came over here, it would be like trespassing, coming inside without the permission. So Mr. Lamb said, that's not so. Dairy said, I don't want to be among the people because they stare at me and they feel afraid of me. So Mr. Lamb said, so you lock yourself in the room. If you don't want people to see you, talk about you, so you lock it. And then he told him one story, that once there was a man and he was afraid that outside he'll be killed. So everything in the world, the bus, he thought it might run over him. A man might breathe deadly germs on him, as we have to be careful these days because of the virus. So we put mask and all. So in that way he used to think that if people will breathe over me, the germs will get inside me and I'll be killed. The donkey might kick me to death. The lightning might strike me. And he might love a girl and the girl would leave him. He might slip on a banana skin and fall. And people who saw me would laugh their heads off. So he was afraid of all these things. So what he did, he locked himself in the room. And then he got into his bed and stayed there. So Dairy asked forever. So no, he said for a while. And then Dairy asked what happened. So he told him the picture fell on his head and killed him. In the room, the picture was hanging and it fell on his head and the person was killed. He died. And Dairy started laughing. So Mr. Lamb said, so you see, such kind of cases are there. But you still say peculiar things. So Dairy said, you talk all those things, all peculiar or quite strange things. So he said, peculiar to some. So these things, what I am saying, they are strange to some people. What do you do all day? Then Dairy asked him, what do you do the whole day? So he told him that I sit in the sun, I read books, and you think that my house is empty, but inside it's full, books and other things. So he said, inside the house there are books and many more things are there. But there aren't any curtains at the window. So Dairy said, there are no curtains at the window. So Lamb said, I'm not fond of curtains. I don't like curtains. I don't want to hide myself. I don't want to shut myself inside. I like the light outside which should come in. I don't want to be in the darkness. The windows are open all the time and I want to hear the wind. So Dairy said, I also like that. When it's raining, I like to hear it on the roof. When it rains and the water drops fall on the roof, I love to hear that. So Dairy, so Lamb says to him, so you are not lost, are you? Not altogether. You do hear things, you listen. So he said that you feel sorry, you feel afraid, you feel shy to go in front of the people, but when you hear the sound of the rain, you feel and you hear the things and listen to them. Dairy said they talk about me downstairs. When I'm not there, what all he ever do, what's going to happen to him when we have gone, however will he get on this world, looking like that, with that on his face. That's what they say. So he told Lamb that at home, when he is upstairs, the people in the home, they talk about him, what he is going to do when we are not there, when we are dead and gone, when we go away from here, how he is going to face this world, how he is going to remain in this world. So these kind of things are spoken about me by the people at home. So Mr. Lamb said, boy, you have got 2 arms, 2 legs, eyes and ears. So he's encouraging him by telling him that he has got 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 ears, 2 eyes. You have got a tongue and a brain. Means everything you have. You are all right. You'll get on the way you want like all the rest. So like all other people, they are getting along. You can also get along. And if you choose and set your mind to it, you could get on better than all the rest. And if you want, you can be better like the other people. The other people, you might go far ahead of those people, those who are there. So he asked him how? Same way as I do. He said, as I'm doing, you can also do the same way. So Devi asked him, do you have friends? He said, yes, I've got hundreds of friends. But you live in yourself in that house. It's a big house too. So Devi said, but you live here alone and in a big house. So Mr. Lamb said, friends everywhere. I've got friends everywhere. People come in. Everybody knows me. The gate's always open. They come and sit here, and in front of the fire in winter, kids come for apples and pears, and for toffees. I make toffee with honey. Anybody comes, so have you. So he told him that people come here. In winter season, they sit beside the fire, and the small children, they come for apple and pears, and I make toffee out of honey, and children come in, like to eat it, and anybody can come here. And like you have come. So Daddy, but I am not a friend. Daddy said, I am not your friend. So Mr. Lamb said, you are. So far as I am concerned, what have you done to make me think you are not? So he said, you are a friend, and why you are thinking that you are not my friend? So Daddy said, you don't know me. You don't know where I come from, or even what my name is. So he said, you don't know anything about me. Who am I? From where I am coming? And what is my name? So Mr. Lamb says, why should that signify? Do I have to write all your particulars down and put them in a filing box before you can be a friend? So he said, what do you think? That before making friends, I'll note down everything about you and keep it in a diary or put it in a box, and then I'll make friends with you? So he said, no, I do not suppose. You could tell me your name if you choose and not if you don't. So he says to him, if you want to tell me your name, you can tell me, otherwise you don't tell. Derry, he says, it's Derry, but I hate that. He said, I hate my name. If I am your friend, you don't have to be mine. I choose that. So he said, if I'm your friend, if I want to become your friend and you don't want to become my friend, then it's up to you, you choose that. Mr. Lamb said, okay, I might never come here again. Terry said, then after that I will not come here again, and you will not see me anymore. And then I couldn't still be a friend, so I won't be a friend. So Mr. Lamb asked him, why not? Jerry, how could I? You pass people in the street and you might even speak to them, but you never see them again. It don't mean they are friends. So while walking on the road, when we are walking, we pass by many of the people, then we talk to them also, but it doesn't mean that they are our friends. They come and they go, but they are not our friends. So Mr. Lamb said, so you want to say that they are enemies? So he said, no, they are just people, that's all. Mr. Lamb says, people are never just nothing, never. People are not just nothing, he said. There are some people I hate. So Jerry said, I will hate people. Many of the people I hate. So Mr. Lamb said, that's do you more harm than any bottle of acid. Acid only burnt your face. And he said that do you more harm than any bottle of acid. Like the acid bottle harmed you. So do you want to harm the people also? He said, only. Like a bomb only blew my leg. There's worse thing can happen. You can burn yourself away inside. He said to him that the bomb burnt my leg, but still I'm alright. Worst thing could have happened, it could have killed me also. After I had come home, one person said he'd have been better off stopping in the hospital. He'd be better off with others like himself. She thinks blind people only ought to be with other blind people and idiot boys with idiot boys. So he said, when I came home, the people, they were saying that he should have been stopped in the hospital only. He should have been he would have stayed there only, because blind people should live with blind and the idiot boys should live with idiots only. So same kind of, as birds of same feather flock together is the same. So the same kind of people should live together, and people with no legs all together. That's right. What kind of a world would be that? So if this will happen, the world, what kind of the world it will be? What will be the picture of the world then? At least there will be nobody to stare at you because you weren't like him. So there won't be people to stare at you as they stare over here, because you will have the same kind of people and they will not stare at each other. So you think you are just the same as all the other people with burnt faces, just what you want, you look like. Everything's different, everything's the same, but everything is different itself. So he's telling him that don't feel like that. Don't feel what people say. You just watch, listen and think over it. And if you don't like this place, my garden, I like a house with no curtains, and if you don't like anything, then the gates are open for you and you can go away from here. So Dairy says, it's not mine. So Mr. Lamb says to him, everything yours if you want it. What's mine is anybody's. So he said, whatever is mine is yours. It's with other people also. If they think that this is theirs, then it is theirs. So whatever is mine can belong to other person also. So I could come here again, even if you were out, I could come here. So Dairy feels quite impressed and he says, if I want again to come over here, shall I come back again over here? So Mr. Lamb said, yes, if you want to come, then you can come. And nobody is going to stop you. And then he said, it would stop them, they'd mind me, then saw me here. They look at my face and run. And they said, if the people over here, if they mind, if they stop here, it's okay. Otherwise, they might run away from here. So that's all for today, children. And I think you must have understood whatever I wanted to tell you. And children, many times I've told you that I'll read this lesson and I explain, because you should know each and everything from the book. Each and every line you should know very carefully, because from anywhere the extract can come, from anywhere the question answers can be made, and you should know each and every line and the explanation to it. So that's all for today. Good day, children.